Again, we're going to show you this radar product here, and I'm also going to just see what's going on our debris tracker to see if we see anything. Hard to tell here because there could be some hail with this one too, but if it was, it's just to the south of the Holiday area where there would be the potential for maybe some debris. But again, that green, that red, pretty predominant here if you look at certain radars with this. And this is just one of the cells that we're going to be watching today. I mean, as we expand out, you see there's going to be some rotation along a lot of these. We're starting to see them start to spin. The big picture looks like this, as you can see that we have those line of storms that are all across most of the area. And again, they're moving really north and east. So several cells we're watching down here. We're watching this one in particular, the tornado warning storm, moving in to southern Benton County. Lots of lightning with this one. Again, dumping rain in buckets over you. So if there is a tornado, it is probably going to be rain wrap with this one. So you want to be thinking about that, taking your tornado precautions, going down the lowest level, center of a room with no windows as it moves into southern Benton County. And that lightning is really starting to jump up on that. I don't like the look of that. So again, we just want to tell you that if you live in that area in particular, you're going to want to take those tornado precautions. And this is the big situation, you know, and this is what we're going to be watching all afternoon long. Again, we have that tornado warning until 1:30. It's going to be, again, for Benton, Carroll, Decatur, and Henderson County. So in that area, you want to think about going down to the lowest level, center of a room with no windows. Again, where the rotation is, and it's going to be moving fast because it's moving at about a rate of 40 miles an hour to the north and east. I'll show you this here again, and there it is, as you can see right over the Holiday area right now. It's literally about to go over 641. So again, this is the area. The green is the wind going to the radar. The red, the wind going away from the radar. So again, southern Benton County, northern Decatur County. If you live in these areas, if you have friends or family members in these areas, please let them know that this is happening. If you know anyone traveling Interstate 40 here, where it intersects with 641, it's about to go over that area. It's really on the northern side of Interstate 40. So, you know, moving into southern Benton County here over Holiday near Highway 192. We're also talking about Rockport McMillan Road, I think. I hope I said that right. And then it would be going towards, after this, Benton County, then it would be moving towards, say, Waverly and Humphreys County. So again, this is a situation that we're watching. It does have, just so you know, and there's the tornado. So they're continuing the tornado warning. It is moving to the north and east at about 40 miles an hour. Again, going to be near Sugar Tree at 114, Birdsong Heights at about 117, and then it'll be around New Johnsonville at 125. So if I'm saying any of your places that you may live, you want to be thinking about going down to the lowest level, center of a room with no windows. It will be around Plant at 129, Bakerville 131, Hurricane Mills 140, and then Waverly about 141. So again, this is moving pretty fast to the north and east. And again, we've got heavy rain with it. We've got a lot of cells that are under flash flood warnings at this hour. So again, it's going to be dangerous. It's probably going to be rain wrapped if you can't, so you won't be able to see it. We've got Hurricane Mills at 140, Waverly 141, and then Gorman at about 149. So again, watching the cell in particular, I just want to make sure we see all of this. You can see there's that center. It's north of I-40 now. So again, moving north and east, north of I-40 into southern Benton County. So just about to exit Decatur County now. So if you're in Decatur County, you're about to be safe from this one. And the big situation is this. As you look down, we've got a line of storms, and all these storms are moving north and east and generally to the east. So we're watching some heavy storm activity up towards Montgomery County, Springfield, in Robertson County to Franklin. So far, these storms not rotating and not prompting any tornado warnings. Remember, we had some earlier this morning. We're watching them again. So when you're thinking about this and you're thinking about where you want to go down to a room with no windows, preferably a bathroom, a basement. I know we talked about this yesterday, the helmet, great thing to bring with you. And make sure you have a way to get those warnings. The WKRN weather app, if you don't have it yet, I would download that now because it's going to be a very active day. This is just the beginning, I think, of what's to come. So again, protecting your head and neck, very important to do just that with this situation ongoing. So we have that tornado watch. It's in effect again through 7 p.m. Thursday. And so everybody needs to be on guard as we're going to be watching these storms. By the way, I do have Shelby Mack with me. And Shelby Mack, you are here with me, right? You're good?
I am right here. I'm watching all these storms, and it looks like they are likely going to continue to pick up as we go into the rest of our day. This is only the beginning, right? We've been talking about this all week long, and this system is not done with us just yet. It's going to continue to make its way across the region, and as it does so, we're seeing a little bit of that rotation. Now, that is staying a little bit closer to Parsons, but it's going to continue to move even more to the northeast as we go into the rest of our evening hours. And again, this is our first cell. We have more cells that are going to come after this, but this is the one that we're watching because there is that tornado warning. That's going to last until 1:30, and then we're going to see even that chance for it to continue, but it's going to be moving northeast. So this system, not letting up. It's closer to Holiday right now, and it's getting closer and closer to Waverly. So if you're in Waverly, if you know anybody in Waverly, go ahead, give them a call. Make sure that they know that there's this strong storm getting closer to them. And the reason we are seeing that tornado warning is due to that rotation. Now, what that is that the winds are going in towards the storm and away as well. So this system has a little bit of rotation with it. And this is likely to be rain wrapped because with these storms, there's a lot of heavy rain. I don't know if you noticed last night, but there were loud claps of thunder. There was that lightning, and this rain is not done with us yet. And especially because we had that break in the system, it's going to continue to gain a lot more strength as we go into the rest of our day. So as I said, this is our first one that we've had, but this is going to continue to rotate, and it's still moving northeastward at about 40 miles per hour. So it's a quick system. It is not letting up on us anytime soon, but we're going to continue to watch this, and it looks like it's going to be getting closer to New Johnsonville by about 1:24, 1:39 into Waverly, 2:03 into Erin, 2:16 into Charlotte. So these are just a few places as this system continues to move that we are going to continue to watch. But it even looks like it could continue to get closer to Springfield. And we're seeing plenty of rain with this system as well. As I've said, we've already seen close to an inch falling in just the last 3 hours. So here, now we're looking at our debris. It doesn't look like we're seeing too much of a debris ball, but there's definitely a hail signature with this. So we could be seeing that hail chance picking up as the system gains strength, Danielle.
All right. And yes, Shelby, we were talking about that, and it's very good that we're dissecting this right now. And you said they're going to keep this tornado warning going. So we're in this tornado warning until 1:30. We don't have any visual confirmation yet, right, in the chat room, Shelby? Just making sure they haven't said anything or
visual yet.
Nothing yet. Okay.
It's all radar indicated.
All radar indicated. Okay. So again, a line of storms here. Here's the big setup with everything. Notice that everything is nice and dry, and especially south of I-40, we've been seeing pictures from folks saying the sun is breaking out. The sun is not a good thing on a day like today. That is going to help with instability. It's going to heat up our atmosphere. We've got a lot of moisture. You may have noticed it's very humid outside. All of that with some spin is going to allow these storms to start to strengthen as they continue to push northeast and really east with this entire line you see right here. So we're going to be watching this all afternoon long. Notice that we are nice and dry right now, but folks east of I-65, get ready. You're in for this too as we go through, say, 1, 2, 3, all the way up to about 7, 8 o'clock at night tonight. I think we need to be on guard. So again, the reason we're staying with you is because we've got this tornado warning. Now, it's just for Benton and Decatur County now at this point, and really, it's just north of Decatur County. So I think if you live south in Decatur County, you should be okay. But in southern Benton County right now, I need you to be taking your tornado precautions going down to the lowest level center of a room with no windows, because again, this storm has a lot of lightning. It's been jumping up a bit, not necessarily good news. It's just east and northeast, really, of Holiday. But New Johnsonville, you are literally in the direct path of this. After New Johnsonville, Waverly, you would be in the direct path of this. Now, again, it's Doppler radar indicated, but again, with dumping rain, it could be rain wrapped. You're not even going to see this. So again, as we look, there we go. And see, they just condensed it like I was talking about. Now it's over the line. So Decatur County, you are okay. You are safe. But again, southern Benton County, if you live really close to I-40 and just north of it, folks, please get down the basement, the lowest level center of a room. We've got that bright green. We've got that bright red. The green is the wind going to the radar. The red is the wind going away. And when you see it linking up like this right in this area, that's where the possible rotation would be. Now, I did zoom down. It's right over Rockport, McGillen-Wayne Road. Hopefully I said that right. It's just now east of Highway 192. It's crossing where 40 and 641 go. So if you live near that area, please, please, please take your tornado precautions. There's the green, there's the red. You can see it. It's really, really close to you. And again, this is moving north and east. So as I zoom down more, some other areas just around the New Johnsonville area that you need to be concerned with: Hickman Road, Old State Highway 1, Long Street, Crockett Road, Flatwood Road. This is all in Benton County near New Johnsonville. If you're in these areas, if I'm saying your street name, I would tell you right now, you don't have much time, probably a couple of minutes at best, to get down to the lowest level center of a room with no windows. Because again, this storm is rotating. We were watching it, and you can see the bright green. You can see the bright red right there. Again, as it, yes?
but I just want to emphasize that that tornado warning has been canceled for Decatur, but it is still getting closer and moving through Benton, but it's moved out of Decatur now.
Right. So Decatur County's okay. Shelby, that's good to know. So Decatur County, you're okay for now. That being said, there's still more cells down to the south that we're going to be watching. But the one in particular that why we're staying with you and why we're going to keep you safe is because of this one right here. So again, it is right over, going to be right over, should I say, Coxburg. Okay, 116, you've got 1 minute or less. Eagle Creek, 121. So it's going to be over you in less than 5 minutes, okay? Then it's going to be in Hustburg. Hopefully I'm saying these all right, at 126. Bakerville at 131. And Waverly, you're going to see this at 143. So in about a half an hour or so, if this holds together. And by the way, it looks like I'm starting to see a little bit of bright green near Brewston. So I'm going to have to watch for that too. Some of these cells, you know, these individual cells can easily start to rotate. So we're going to have to analyze that radar for you and look more at it. But again, bigger picture as I take it out a little bit further here, you can see you would see it in Gorman at 148. You would also see it in McEwen at 154 and then Edgewood at about 205. Notice, yes, it would be entering into Humphreys County after leaving Benton County. So again, watching this one, we're also watching for flash flooding. That's the other problem. These storms are dumping a ton of rain in a short window of time. You know, if you don't really have to be on the roads today, please don't do it because it's going to be a real mess out there. We've got observed flooding in Houston, Montgomery, and Stewart County. Notice the rain has even exited that area, but the flash flood warning remains until 3:43. Now that heavy rain is just east of Clarksville, pushing towards Pleasant View, Springfield, Barren Plains, and Portland here. And so we're going to be watching this line of storms as well. This could lead to more flash flooding concerns as it pushes into Robertson County and Sumner County, really. But again, the reason we're staying with you is because we do have that tornado warning that is over southern Benton County, and it's about to push into Humphreys County. So we'll have to see if they reissue this and continue to hold on to this here. Yes, because we've got to remember to take your tornado precautions. And Shelby, you have something you want to say too?
I just wanted to talk about the fact that this system is going to continue to see plenty of rotation because we are not done with these winds moving forward and backward from the radar. So what's happening is that we're going to continue to see that chance for some hail with this system, and this line is bringing plenty of heavy rain as well. So even if you're not seeing rotation in your area, you still need to be taking your alerts seriously because we are going to continue to see a little bit more action with this system. Again, this is our first tornado warning of the day, but we're likely to have plenty more popping up as we go into the rest of our afternoon. But this system does have a pretty good hail signature on it right now, but we're not seeing a debris ball, which is good news. Again, though, there's plenty of rotation with this system. And looking at our radar, it's moving out of Holiday. Our chat was saying that it's just 8 miles south of Camden. So if you're in Camden, you also want to be taking cover right now. But this system is going to get closer and closer to a few of our county roads. It looks like it's already getting into Refuge Lane. So if you're near Refuge Lane outside of Holiday, you need to go ahead and take cover. And this system is going to continue to move northeastward. So if you're close to Old State Highway 1, Beach Creek Road, these are a few of the places that need to be taking cover right now. Make sure that you're in your safe place. If you have a basement, that's a great place to be. An interior room where you're not seeing so many windows, another great one. Make sure you have the helmets on. Kids have their helmets on if they were out of school today. And this system still seeing that rotation. So again, when these reds and these greens are touching, that's when we're seeing this rotation happening. And it looks like it's even making its way across I-40 right now. So this system, again, will be continuing to move northeastward. So by 1:30, it's going to be in Bakersville. That's in just about 12 minutes. 1:36, it's going to continue to move northeast. At 1:44, it's into Waverly. And then 2:04, it's by Tennessee City. So these are just a few places. Dixon, getting closer to you as well, 2:13. So go ahead, get ready to take cover because this rotation is really not letting up on us. It's going to continue to tighten. And as I said, here is our hail signature. It doesn't look as good as it was, so that's good news for us. But when we start seeing that blue, that's when we have a debris ball. What that means for us is that we're seeing that debris getting picked up into the atmosphere, and that's really when we have that active tornado happening. Again, though, plenty of rotation, and this system is likely to be rain wrapped because plenty of rain is falling with this system. So it looks like just behind Holiday, we have had over 1.5 inches trying to get closer in the last 3 hours. And then above Camden, we've had over 1 inch as well. Waverly's getting a little bit less rain, but this system, as we've been talking about, is going to continue to move northeastward. And as it does so, it's going to bring plenty of rain closer to Waverly. But this system It's still moving in. It is actually getting out of Parsons, so we're not seeing this, but it is going to continue to get closer to Dixon as we go into the later parts of our afternoon. Here it goes. This warning was just updated. Danielle, do you have the latest information on this system?
Here we go. So we've got a tornado warning that just got issued for Humphreys County. Now, this is going to be extended now, Shelby, till 2 p.m. for this area. It's saying that it's 8 miles south of New Johnsonville. It's also 8 miles south or 10 miles south of Camden, moving northeast at 40. So again, we'll go right to this and show you exactly what's going on here. We do have, again, this for Humphreys County until 2 p.m. The cell continues to show rotation. We haven't seen anything yet visibly on the ground, but it is Doppler radar indicated, and the National Weather Service has gone ahead and it reissued it and extended it into Humphreys County. So if you live in Humphreys County near New Johnsonville, just south of New Johnsonville, coming right at you, Waverly not that far behind. This is riding north of I-40 for the record right now, and it will be hitting 13. That would probably be the next big road that it's coming its way, where 13 and 70 kind of merge. That could be the direct path of where it is going. So again, that's what we're watching. We've got hail, as Shelby mentioned, a little bit of hail with this one as well, so that hail is jumping up a bit. There's the greens, there's the reds. When you see them linking up like this, that is where there is that possible rotation. So again, watching the cell, green, going to the radar, red, wind going away from the radar, and when you see it linking up like that, that's where you need to be starting to take your tornado precautions. So if you are in Benton County, where Benton County touches into, say, Humphreys County here, just south of New Johnsonville, I need you to take your tornado precautions. Here's a good buffer for it. South of New Johnsonville, north of 40. In that area right there, I need you to take your tornado precautions because this cell, again, is moving, and it's moving pretty fast at about 40 miles an hour. So again, right in line with Bakerville at 127, Waverly 142, Gorman 149. And then 153, it will be in McEwen. So you want to go to a room with no windows, the lowest level, center of a room, and you want to make sure you protect your head and neck. I can't stress that enough. You want to think about bringing a helmet in there, bring your pets, and be there for a bit. Make sure you have the WKRN weather app. I can't talk about that enough because we're going to have several storms we're watching all afternoon long. Now, we do have heavy rain to the north, but these are the cells here. You see them developing down. And so our southernmost counties that are nice and dry right now and very warm and very moisture rich have the ability to see some of these storms start to really begin to spin along this. And they're actually individual cells. It's not necessarily a linear line. So we got to watch for that as well because they could turn into supercells. So again, that tornado warning has been extended now into Humphreys County. That's going to go until 2 p.m. Going down the lowest level, center of a room with no windows, can't stress that one enough. I want to show you the hail on this one again because that is starting to jump up just a touch, I think. Hail size, yep, close to 1/4 of an inch in diameter there. So again, we're watching that. There's that green, there's that red, still holding together very nicely. Still haven't seen much on debris tracker just yet. I was kind of examining this while Shelby was talking a bit. But again, I will say this, it is moving and it is holding together pretty nicely here on radar, moving straight towards 13, where 40, just, north of 40. So really, if you're on 40 here, you really don't want to be on 40. So if you have any friends, family members driving down 40, please tell them to wait a bit, or if they can, get south of it, because you do not want to go along it right now. It's really like paralleling 40 as we speak. But it is heading north and east. So again, Waverly, 13, going to be in the direct path. McEwen, Johnsonville, New Johnsonville, it's going to be pretty close to you. And as I zoom down here, some of the areas of concern, Old State 1 Highway, there's also Chalk Hollow Lane, there's Mill Road we're watching, Crockett Road, Flatwood Road. And as we go up a little bit further towards Waverly, we see West Blue Creek Road, Old Linden Road, Forks River Road. If I'm saying any of these, Cooley Road, Bakerville Road, Paint Rock Road, if I'm saying your road right now, it's on the way to you. It's probably going to be there within 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes max. So I would tell you right now, if I'm saying your roads, to get down to the lowest level, center of a room with no windows. Again, this is the system right here. As you can see, there's that area of circulation. And the problem is it's going really, really fast. So Bakersville, it's about to be on top of you. I would give you less than 5 minutes until you need to get in your safe zone. Okay, it's right over Husberg right now. Hurricane Mills, 139, it'll be there. But even a little bit faster than that, I think within 10 minutes. Waverly, within 10 to 15 minutes. And then McEwen, about 1:56. Now, we were watching a couple of other cells. You notice how they're developing behind this and starting to back build. And I'm watching some of these, especially, I know they're outside of our viewing area, but there's greens and reds getting closer together near Henderson. That's not that far away from Decatur County. So what I'm trying to tell you folks is Decatur County, Wayne County, Lawrence County, Giles County, you all need to be on alert. Perry County tonight, because any of these could start to spin as well, and we'll be tracking several tornado warnings. But here's what the big picture looks like. As you can see, we've got a storm line from Portland down now into Robertson County, all the way down to Dixon. The big cell, the reason we're staying with this system is because of the tornado warning storm that is pushed into now Humphreys County, okay? So it's north of Perry County. At least right now you're okay, but there are some cells back here that I'm watching near Scotts Hill that we'll have to watch for rotation. So Perry County, I would be on guard. Wayne County, I would be on guard. I would be on guard even into Dixon County, because if this cell holds together here in Humphreys County, this is headed to you next, okay? So anyone in southwestern Humphreys County, if you live in that general area right now, I need you to take your tornado precautions, going down to the lowest level, center of a room with no windows, because we've got lots of lightning with this storm. We've got very heavy downpours. There's just a lot going on. You're not even going to see this storm. Not to mention, these cells have led to flash flooding concerns throughout the day today. So much so that up north in Houston, Montgomery, and Stewart County, you're still under a flash flood warning until 3:45 in the afternoon. The rain has already exited. So again, rain is dumping buckets. It's dumping buckets. We can see 2, 3, 4 inches of rain from some of these cells as they dump on out. The big picture again, Bowling Green. There's Portland, heavy downpours through Robertson County. These are not severe right now. The reason again was we're watching this cell as it pushes in to Benton, from Benton into Humphreys County here, so just north of Perry County. And then we're watching several other cells down here. These would be moving into Decatur and Perry County. We've got the tornado watch up. It's up until 7 p.m. this evening. And the reason for this is any of these storms could really start to rotate. So we're watching this in particular. We're also watching for wind, for flash flooding. Is anything going on, by the way, in the chat room, Shelby? I meant to ask you that, or have you seen anything new if they're saying anything?
In the chat, it's still just saying that it's a radar indicated storm. It's moving 40 miles an hour. And it's moving northeastward, and it's 10 miles south of Camden, and it's 8 miles south of New Johnsonville. Right now, I'm going ahead and looking for some places that we can recognize on a map for some landmarks.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, so let me just show you again this tornado warned storm where it's at again, so if everyone knows. The big story is this: it's pushed out of Benton County. It's about to push out of Benton County, and it's about to move into, and well, it actually is moving now into Humphreys County. And this is in effect until 2 p.m. in the afternoon. So just looking at this, as I put it in there, that's probably an easier way to look at it as I look for storm relative velocity or velocity tracker. The green is going to be the wind going to the radar, if you can see right here. The red is the wind going away. And when you see them linking up like this, that's where that possible rotation would be. Now, I just want to look at the debris tracker real quick as I'm looking at this, because it looks like it's brightening up and getting even stronger. There is some bright coloring with this, but this could also be from hail, because we also have some hail, I know, with this cell as well. Yep, we do have some hail, and that hail core looks like it's jumping up a bit too right in that area. It's up to, yep, close to an inch in diameter. So, of course, we're going to be watching that as well. The big story, again, the greens, the reds. I just want to zoom down to a couple of streets, because this is just south of the New Johnsonville area where the rotation is. It's literally centered over Cuba Landing Road, Sycamore Landing Road, Chalk Hollow Road. It's near Cat Hole Lane, Bakerville Road, Forks River Road, Refuge Lane, Eagle Creek Road. It's right over you right now. Riverwind Drive. If I'm saying your street name, if you're not down in the basement, you have less than a minute. You need to go now, and you need to go quick. We've also got Forks River Road that we're watching. It's coming right at you. Hurricane Creek Road. This is going to go right over 13. I know that's a big road because that's the one we took when we went to Waverly a bit. It's going to go right over 13. It would stay, it looks like, south of Waverly at this point as I'm looking at the center of circulation. But again, moving at 40 miles an hour, so this is a fast mover. If this continues, I mean, this could even go towards Dixon. So again, we're talking about Bakerville, seeing this at 1:30. You've got 2 minutes, Bakerville, 2 minutes to take your tornado precautions, going down to the lowest level, center of a room with no windows. Then also Hurricane Mills. It's going to be right by you at 1:38. So less than 10 minutes, coming right over you. Again, this moves moving to the north and east at about 40 miles an hour. Bold Spring, going to see this at about 1:46. McEwen, You'll see this at 158. And then Tennessee City, I was talking about this one too, would see this at 204. Dixon, the airport Dixon, would see this at 212. And then Charlotte would see this at 221. The thing I'm concerned with is that bright green is really intensifying with this, and so is the red, showing that the winds are really starting to pick up around the rotation. So again, I'll circle this just so you can see this right here. That's my concern right now as I'm watching this, is that we could see, the potential for a tornado. I mean, this is Doppler radar indicated, but again, it's going to be right over Sycamore Landing Road, Cuba Landing Road, friends. If you're there, please take your tornado precautions. Bakerville Road, Old Highway 13, Forks River Road, Hurricane Mills Road, Hurricane Creek Road, Burned House Road, Stewart Branch Road, Waterloo Lane, Deer Run Drive, Old Highway 13. Again, the big picture is this. We're watching a line of storms, just in case anyone's just joining us and wondering what is going on here. We've been watching a line of storms, and now we've got severe storms over in Mississippi, too. So again, there's a lot going on today. Basically, right now, to the north, it's been more of a flooding event because we've had so much rain throughout the morning hours up to the north. But to the south, we've been watching for tornado warnings and even a severe thunderstorm warning now over Mississippi. Any of these cells here you see could start to spin. And notice the projection is north and east. So again, Wayne County, Lawrence, Giles, you need to be on guard, as well as I would tell you Dixon County right now. And for now, Humphreys County needs to be on guard as you are under that tornado warning. And that tornado warning, again, till 2 p.m. We've also got some hail with this one. Look at the lightning, too, jumping up around this area. It's just south of New Johnsonville and just south of Waverly right now. It's just north of I-40, by the way, where I-40 and 13 meet. That center of circulation is going to go right over that area. And I know Shelby Mack is standing by, our newest meteorologist. And what do you got, Shelby?
And Danielle, I wanted to let you know that the chat just said that we are seeing this rotation crossing over the Tennessee River. It's going into Humphreys County near Bakerville. So if you are in Bakerville, that's about 13 miles southwest of Waverly. That's exactly where this system is going to continue to move towards. And it's looking like it's still moving northeastward. We're even seeing some hail associated with this system that's less than an inch, but that is still really big hail. And this system is going to continue to get closer to Waverly. Again, it's crossing over the Tennessee River right now. So if you're close, go ahead and make sure that you are in your safe place. And that hail signature, it's gotten a little bit more aggressive. Earlier, it was showing just about less than half an inch sized hail, but now it's going to continue to develop and get even stronger. Now this rotation, as Danielle pointed out, these reds and these greens are the way the winds are going to continue to move, and it's moving really quickly, and it even looks like it's tightening. Because this green is getting so much brighter, these reds are getting a little bit more vivid. That means that this system is going to continue to tighten. When it tightens, winds are going to be moving a lot more quickly, and that's setting us up for this rotation to not weaken. It's actually going to continue to gain strength and speed. And this system is wrapped in rain. I don't know if you noticed last night, all the lightning, all the thunder, plenty of heavy rainfall coming across the roads. And so this system behind it still has plenty of moisture. And because we did get a little bit of a break this morning, that actually set us up to have more energy in the atmosphere to see this rotation becoming a little bit more aggressive. And it's continuing to get closer to Waverly. It really hasn't let up much. And as we know, this is going to last until 2 p.m. So when is it getting closer to you? It looks like it's going to be near Tennessee City by 2:01 p.m. It's going to be near Dixon at 2:10, Charlotte at 2:18. It's going to be near Kingston Springs by 2:33. So these are just a few spots. This system is still moving at 40 miles per hour. Usually systems like this don't stay holding on to its strength this long. So this is going to be a long track system. It's not letting up on us. Again, that rotation looking really tight out there. Now, it looks like it has shifted a little bit, but it's going to continue to move quickly just south of New Johnsonville, getting closer to Waverly. Go ahead. Make sure that you are in your safe space. You need to make sure that you're in an interior room, that there's not too many windows. Make sure if the kids are home today from school, that they have their helmets on, that you have your helmet on. If your fur babies are with you, make sure that they're on their leashes, and you need to have your shoes on. The worst thing that could happen is that if something starts to be damaged, say a wall collapses in on your home, you don't want to be walking around in any glass or debris, especially as we continue to see this system becoming more aggressive. It even looks like it's starting to hook just a little bit. So this system is not letting up. Now, I would like to say that in our NWS chat, that's where we're getting a lot of information right now. We still haven't gotten any reports of this system being on the ground. We haven't gotten any pictures of it, but it is radar indicated. And because we're seeing plenty of rotation, this system is likely to continue to move northeastward. And as I said, not letting up at all, Danielle.
All right, and Shelby, I'm just looking at the chat room just to see what's going on. You were saying, it was crossing over the Tennessee River into Humphreys County. So again, this, is still Doppler radar indicated. No reports yet of a tornado debris signature, so that's good news. That being said, if you're in the red area and you're in that red polygon, you need to take your tornado precautions. I want to give you a big picture look of this entire area because we've got a line of storms rolling in. Now, to the north, it's been mainly flooding we're dealing with, and I'll show you that in just a second. But to the south, we've been seeing breaks of sunshine. We're heating up. We've got very high dew points, measures the amount of moisture in the air. So a lot of ingredients working plus some spin. We've got this new cell that has a severe thunderstorm warning over Mississippi, but that would be crossing over close to Wayne County. And the reason we're staying with this is because we've got the tornado warning. Now it was over in Benton County. Now it's pushed into Humphreys County. It's in effect until 2 p.m. One thing I've noticed is there's still a lot of lightning with this storm. And when there's a lot of lightning, it's not necessarily a good thing. Lightning jumping up indicates a strengthening storm. Again, it just moved a bit, so it's about to be, it's north of I-40. It's about to cross over 13 just south of Waverly. So again, if you live between 40, north of 40 and south of Waverly, and you're near 13, I need you to take your tornado precautions. Going down to the lowest level, center of a room with no windows. Now, the hail did jump up on this. The hail was actually at one point up to an inch in diameter. It was showing that. So that's not great news. Now, the green and the red, there it is. Now, it looks like on this last sweep, may have broadened out just, nope, there we go. Now it's strengthened back up. There's the green, there's the red. The green is the wind going to the radar. The red is the wind going away from the radar. And when you see it linking up like that, there is where the rotation is. So again, this is about to move over 13 right now, north of 40. It's going north of 40 now, but over 13, just south of Waverly. McEwen, you're in the direct path, I would tell you. Tennessee City could be in the direct path. It's going to stay north of only, south of Waverly. That being said, if you live on the south side of Waverly, I would take your tornado precautions because it's heading towards 13. Hurricane Creek Road going to be right over you. It's over Bakerville right now on Bakerville Road. Heading over Highway 230. Bold Springs Road is where it will be coming up next for. And then as we go to the north and east, heading towards Tennessee City, 70, McEwen, all cities in the path of this tornado warned storm. Now, again, yes.
System's getting closer to is Loretta Lynn's Ranch. I know a lot of people know where that is. That's exactly where this system is headed towards.
Okay, good to know. Yes, indeed. We're going to be watching for that. I know I've been there a bunch of times, and I love those folks up there. But yes, we want to talk about this here. Again, moving north and east at about 40 miles an hour, still at the same speed. But again, heading towards McEwen, it would be there at 154. Waverly, it's going to be on top of you, or the south side of Waverly, around 142. So you have under 5 minutes to take your tornado precautions. If you know friends there, I would tell you anyone in Humphreys County right now near 13 between 40 and Waverly needs to take their tornado precautions now. It's really important you do just that. And yes, Loretta Lynn's Ranch probably should be taking their tornado precautions too. McEwen, 154 is when you would see this. We would see this in Tennessee City at 203. Edgewood at 206, then 212 at Dixon, 220 in Charlotte, White Bluff 226, and Griffintown, you would see this at 235. So folks, again, please take this seriously. This is a storm that looks like the green and red is maintaining. We have not seen it on the ground yet, but again, it would be rain wrapped. You would not see the tornado. Of course, if you do get any reports, you want to send them our way. Pics at WKRN.com. You can send them to me, Danielle Brazy TV, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Shelby Mack also on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We want to hear from you folks as well. But right now, if you are in Waverly, if you are in Humphreys County, we need you to be sheltering in place, going down to the room with no windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside world, and then protect your head and neck. The bike helmet is great because flash flooding is another concern. So again, being rain wrapped, not a great thing for these storms. We still have the flash flood warning, by the way, for Houston, Montgomery, and Stewart County until 3:45. Folks, if you don't have to drive out there today, don't do it. We've got heavy cells over Portland. We've got heavy cells just north of Nashville, and we've got this tornado warned storm here in Humphreys County. I mean, look how fast this is moving. This is now in the center of Humphreys County. If this continues to maintain strength, this is going to move into western Dixon County. So Dixon friends, you need to start thinking about your tornado precautions too here. And it may even clip this. And it looks like we just got a new tornado warning. This is just outside of our viewing area right now, for the record. That is going to be Hardin County right now that it's included in. But Wayne County, you're not that far away. Perry County, you're not that far away. We're talking about this line, folks, starting to spin. Individual cells along it. And that's exactly what is happening. So again, This one outside of our viewing area for now. Not to say it won't be in our viewing area soon, but Wayne County, be on alert. It's coming to you after Hardin. For now, though, we're talking about the one over Humphreys County, and I just want everyone to be aware of the fact that we have the tornado watch in effect until 7 p.m., and we're looking for not only obviously tornadoes, but wind, heavy rain, and also hail with these storms. Now, I just want to give you a little future tracker to show you exactly where it's going through the afternoon, because I know a lot of folks are saying, when's it going to hit my town? If you take a look at this, you notice these storms starting to break out more, so by 3 o'clock, getting very close to the I-65 corridor, if not along the I-65 corridor near Nashville, near Murfreesboro, down to Columbia, Lawrenceburg. That cell could be from Wayne and Lawrenceburg too. And then by about 4, it crosses over the I-65 corridor. By 5 o'clock, pushing towards a plateau. So Jamestown, Cookeville, you get involved, Murfreesboro, Shelbyville, Lawrenceburg still involved. And then again, by about 7, 8 o'clock, this becomes more, I would say, of a rain event after 8. That being said, everybody across the area in Middle Tennessee and Southern Kentucky needs to stay weather aware, as we're going to be seeing those rain and thunderstorm activity happening for all of us. And yes, we do have, we're looking at the debris tracker here, and I just wanted to see this here. Still has a little bit of a spike. That indicates some hail with it, so I'm not sure if there's anything really making it to the ground. But of course, we're going to be watching all of that. As you can see, we've got several cells we're watching, and now look too, as I expanded this out, this radar you can see here, we now have, the first tornado warning, which is in our area. We've got one outside of our viewing area, and then we've got another one outside of our viewing area in Mississippi. But all these are pushing into air that is very warm. We've also got lots of high dew points, and we've got spin and instability. So it's not a good thing, and we need to be prepared. Our southernmost counties really need to be on guard. And right now, if you're in Humphreys County, you need to be on guard because we've got that tornado warning. And yes, the hail size, we were talking about this, it did jump up to a 1/4 inch in diameter. So you're going to have good hail with this cell, as well as lots of lightning. And you notice the pink and red indicating very, very heavy downpours. So you're not going to see the tornado if it's actually happening. It would be rain wrap. So again, watching this cell, it is south away, crossing over 13 as we speak, okay? More lightning developing along it. Tennessee City, this is coming to you next, and then into Dixon and even Charlotte here. So again, watching that hail core as it strengthens, you can see it right there. And there's the green and the red still holding together really, really well here. There's the bright green. That's the wind going to the radar, the bright red, wind going away from the radar. So it's just on the west side of 13 if you're traveling north on 13 towards Waverly. It's on the west side of it. It's about to cross over. So if you know anyone on 13, tell them to get off 13 if they can and to shelter. Shelter now, because that cell is coming and that bright green is looking really good on the radar here. So I'm a little bit more concerned with this. Are they, by the way, Shelby, anything coming in on the chat right now or anything?
The one thing that's coming in on the chat is the fact that this system, it tried to weaken a little bit. It's gained its strength right back. So as you said, that rotation really tight. It's not letting up.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, so yeah, so it's right over. We talked about it like that one turn of the radar looked like it had weakened a bit, but then you see the bright green coming right back together here, guys. So again, if you're in Hurricane Mills Road, it's right over you. Old Highway 13, Hurricane Creek Road, Burned House Road, going right over you right now. It's going to be going over 13 momentarily, 1 or 2 minutes. So it'll be right over you as it moves northeast at 40. Stewart Branch Road, it's coming to you next. If I'm saying your street name, hopefully you're downstairs in the basement, the lowest level, center of a room with no windows. And, as this is concerning because it looks that way, this would head towards Highway 230, Bold Springs, just zooming down to some of these, Baptist Branch Road, Bold Spring Road, Poplar Grove, McClellan Road, or I might have said that wrong, Reynolds Lane, Young Cemetery Road, Rice Branch Lane. So folks, please, 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 if you know anyone, that green and red looks really impressive right now. I'm just going to look real fast at the debris tracker too, just to see if there's anything. Yeah. Okay. I'm not seeing, it's still hard to tell, but the green and red is looking really, really good out there. And then Shelby, you have some more stuff you want to talk about too, right?
Yeah, Danielle, I just wanted to talk about the fact that we're even getting notifications in the chat that this is just west of Loretta Lynn's Ranch. I know a lot of people know where that is. That's exactly where this system is, and it's going to continue to move northeastward. It's just about 7 miles away from Waverly. If you are in Waverly, I hope you are now in your safe place. Make sure that you have the WKRN weather app so you can continue to get updates. It's going to tell you exactly what's happening with this system, as well as we will. But this system does have hail up to an inch in it. Now that is radar indicated. We don't have any reports of it, so that might not be making its way all the way down to the ground, but something definitely to point out. And this system has plenty of rotation along with it. Now this is not the only thing we're watching. Just to the south of us, we are also watching a system that's getting actually a lot stronger, moving through McNairy County. But again, that system could likely make its way into our region as it continues to rotate. And then just above us, this system tried to weaken a little bit. We saw a little bit less rotation, but because we did see that break earlier this morning, there's plenty of energy in the atmosphere. This rotation is still happening. This is a long-tracked system. Now, I want to point out that we're still seeing those bright reds, those bright greens, so those winds that are going to continue to rotate. And earlier, the system had some winds moving up to 40 miles an hour. It still is. It really hasn't weakened at all. This is really important to know because, again, the system, it's not letting up on us. So we're going to continue to watch this system getting closer to Dixon and getting even closer. You can see those vivid greens, those vivid reds. And again, this rotation not letting up. So it looks like it's going to be closer to Tennessee City by 204, 213 in Dixon, 221 in Charlotte, 227 in White Bluff, and 235 by Kingston Springs. If you just heard your city's name, you need to go ahead and get into your safe place. Make sure you're in that interior room, no windows, have your helmets on, have your shoes on. Make sure that your pets are inside and that they have their leashes on as well, because this system, again, not letting up. The thing is, though, we are seeing this on the radar. We haven't gotten any reports yet, but it is just west of Loretta Lynn's Ranch. Again, that is really the main thing that we're looking at right now. Hail sizes, we're showing closer to an inch. There it is. Now it's updated on us. And this system is going to continue to push out plenty of hail. We did see a hail signature earlier. Better news, we aren't seeing a debris ball yet. That debris ball is when we start to see the atmosphere picking things up like trees and any debris on the roads, even parts of homes. We're not seeing that yet. It's mostly just a hail system. But again, that rotation, if there is a tornado with this, which is likely because of that rotation, it is going to be rain wrapped, so you're not even going to be able to see it. Because there's plenty of rain with this system, looks like it's already dropped over an inch in most areas in the last 3 hours, Danielle.
Okay, so I wanted to tell you this, Shelby. I just went to the debris tracker, and there was a little spike at about a couple minutes ago, around 1:43. They did just say a possible tornado is along Hurricane Mills Road, just west of Loretta Lynn's Ranch, which we were talking about. You need to take your tornado precautions. This spike just jumped up right here near Highway 230. This was just a minute or two ago right in here. I would not be surprised if something may have touched down. I can't tell now. It looks like it came by and went really fast, but that would be right by Bold Springs Road. So, folks, this is getting more and more serious is what I would tell you. I mean, these could be, coming down, coming back up. We don't know. But I will tell you this, that rotation is strong. I mean, it was really intense just a couple minutes ago. And we were seeing the green jump up, the red. So if you are in this area here, and I'm going to just go to the streets now again because I want to make sure you guys know this. Hurricane Creek Road, Highway 230, Bold Spring Road, Douglas Hollow Lane, Indian Creek Road. Okay, this is in Humphreys County, FYI, okay? This is now going to be southeast of Waverly, okay, north of Only, and then moving directly towards, this would be going into Dixon County, directly towards downtown Dixon next. I am a little concerned with this just because I just saw that little spike. It was quick, it was short-lived, but that could be something. So, friends, I need you to take your tornado precautions. In Humphreys County, this is going to be eastern central Humphreys County, south of McEwen. This is, between Waverly. Now it's east of 13. Okay, it is south of Waverly, south of McEwen, north of Only, north of I-40, Bold Springs Road coming right at you, Hurricane Creek Road, Indian Creek Road, Little Hurricane Creek Road, Garner's Creek Road, Martin Branch Road. This is going to be coming right near Tennessee City, Rowan Lane, NO Road, Lock Hollow Road, Furnace Hollow Road, Highway 48 South, Grindstone Hollow Road, and then it would be going into western Dixon, the city of Dixon. So, my friends, I really, really need you to take your tornado precautions. This did look pretty good there for a second. I'm pretty concerned with it, especially because the hail jumped up on this at one point. And you can see that hail is really starting to jump up right around 13. And, when you see a hail core like that, the tornado would be out ahead of that right there. And so that's what we were looking at as we were looking at the radar. And it just jumped again. It's moving fast. So here it is. I'm going to circle it again. The green and the red, wind going to the radar. I'll zoom out so you can kind of see this again where it would be. I would not be surprised if they reissue this tornado warning quickly because it's about to cross over the polygon and keep going and reissue it for parts of eastern Humphreys County and right into Dixon County here, because look at that green. It is getting brighter. That red is getting brighter too, and it's getting tighter. Really starting to tighten up on the map there. You can kind of see, yes.
Called it, they are going to extend the tornado warning eastward into Dixon.
Okay, good to know. Yep. Okay, so here we go, guys, because you see this. It's getting stronger on the map here. So, my friends, I really need you to take this seriously. This is happening. This is happening fast. It's heavy rain coming down. There's hail. You're not going to see this storm. If it's on the ground, it may have already jumped on the ground. I'm not even sure yet. But we have the bright green getting closer. We have the bright red getting closer. And it's right here in central eastern Humphreys County, just south of McEwen, just south of, this would be 70, I believe, right here. It's north of 40, okay? So it is going to be going right this way. So Tennessee City, you are in the direct path. I would tell you Dixon, you're in the direct path. Charlotte, you're going to be in the direct path. McEwen, if you're on the south side of McEwen, you're in the direct path of this storm. So again, folks, the green and red is getting a little bit more and more concerning to me as it tightens up each spin we have. So Bold Spring Road, I would tell you that's an area of concern. Baptist Branch Road, it's right over Hurricane Creek Road. Hopefully you're in your shelter right now. Bold Springs Road, hopefully you're in your shelter. Young Cemetery Road, hopefully you're in your shelter. Indian Creek Road, not more than a minute before it comes to you. Douglas Hollow Road, not more than a minute. Little Hurricane Creek Road, Martin Branch Road, Garner's Road, CCC Road, Enno Road, Lock Hollow Road, Furnace Hollow Road, Tennessee City. I mean, if you're on the south side of Tennessee City or southeast or western side of Tennessee City, you need to get in your tornado precautions now. It's not far away from you. And McEwen, if you're on the south side of McEwen, get down low to the center, a room with no windows, preferably a bathroom, a basement. Indian Creek Road, Bold Spring Road, Ridge Road. This is a serious cell that has really developed. I'm just going to look at the debris tracker again to see if I'm seeing any spikes here at all. I'm not sure if I am. It's hard to tell. It might be right in here. Let me just see here. I'm going to circle it. If there is stuff coming to the ground, it's where this green and white are right now, which would be east side of 13 near Blue Creek Road, Johnson Hollow Road. That could be something. It's hard to tell on this map because everything's blending in so well. But I will tell you, there could be the debris because that green and red is jumping fast. So it's about to be reissued because this is about to exit the polygon as we speak. So again, if you are in southern McEwen, you need to take your tornado precautions now. Bold Springs Road needs to take their precautions now. Slaughter Hollow Road, Bold Springs Road, Hurricane Creek Road, do it now. Let's see, Indian Creek Road, Douglas Hollow Lane, down to Martin Branch Road, Milltown Road, Ridgewood Drive, Poplar Grove, Rumsey, I can't read that one, Tennessee Lane, East Humphreys County line. So it's about, so we're on the Humphreys line too is what we're seeing here. Yes, go ahead, Shelby.
For names, I'm going to give you a few landmarks too. So
Okay.
if you're close to Humphreys Farmers Co-op, it's getting closer to you. Dotson Outdoors, it's going to be right above you. And this system is going to continue to move. Hurricane Creek Armory, that's another place you might notice. All of these places are in the path of the storm. Even the Waverly City Park is just above that storm. So if you're hearing any places that you know, oh, I'm close to there, you need to be in your safe place right now.
Okay, thank you, Shelby, for the landmarks. Yeah, keep them coming, too, because this thing, I will tell you one thing about it, I don't like the look of it, is the way it's curving here, okay? You see this curve right in here. That is not a good sign right in there. And you see all that lightning jumping up on this cell. So, again, south side of McEwen, you better be down low, center of the room, no windows. Folks, it's Doppler radar indicated right now, but we're having the rotation really tighten up. I need you to listen, take the tornado precautions, lowest level, center of a room with no windows. If you have friends in McEwen, south side of McEwen, please call them, tell them if you think they're on the roads too, especially because it's right by 70 paralleling 40 here. So I know it's going to go into highly populated areas when we get to Tennessee City and then potentially even into Dixon. It could go right into downtown Dixon here, the way the path is. Yes.
Chad is saying that it should be close to Dixon in the next 30 minutes. So if you're in Dixon, go ahead and get in your safe place.
Thank you. So 30 minutes, less than 30. I would say probably less than 30, but folks in Dixon right now, start thinking about where you're going right now. You don't have much time. Tennessee City, you really don't have much time, especially if you're on the south side of Tennessee City and then the south side also of McEwen. Dixon, this is going to go right into you the way it looks on the radar here. And so as I look at that, I want to see the hail core too real quick just to see if it's jumped up at all. Still looks pretty similar to where we were looking at it before. Still some good hail with this cell as well. And then I just want to see how the rotation's doing with this cell, because that was the one thing that was really concerning as the bright green was getting, and it's still good. Okay, so we've got the bright green and the bright red here. So again, I'll circle this for you so you can see this. It's right in this area here. The bright green, wind going to the radar. the bright red wind going away from the radar, and when you see it kind of touching like this, that is the indication of where there was rotation. And when you see it get brighter in color, that's more intense winds, okay? And that is happening now in the upper atmosphere. Is it making to the ground? We're not sure yet, but we're giving you enough time to get to where you need to go to stay safe from a possible tornado. And remember, it is raining cats and dogs out there, so you're not going to see it. It will be rain wrapped for sure as it moves over your area. And again, it is now in the eastern side of Humphreys County, about to push into the western side of Dixon County. Again, greens and reds, really important with this. I want to look at the debris tracker one more time just to see if it's hard to tell on this if anything's showing up or not. But again, we're watching it really, really carefully because the green and red is a little concerning with me how bright it's getting. So again, this is going, you know, if you're looking at highway markers 70 and 40, okay? So this is a good indication of this. There's 40 down here. There's 70, okay? So it's right in between the green and red where that rotation is. It's going to go right in between that. So it's going to stay north of 40 and it's going to stay south of 70, just to let you know. Shelby, are you saying something?
Danielle, I was just going to say the fact that this system is going to continue to get closer and closer to Dixon, and we're actually getting reports that people are hearing thunder in Dixon. So that means you are not far off. If you're in Dixon, make sure that you are getting in your safe place right now because this system, it's moving eastward and it's moving at 40 miles an hour. It has not let up at all. It is continuing to move even closer to Dixon County, and we're going to continue to get closer to the center of Dixon. Currently, though, it looks like that inflow notch is still there. That's something that's important because what that means is that there's plenty of wind fueling this system, and that's one of the reasons that it hasn't weakened at all. And we're still seeing plenty of rotation, those vivid greens and reds. And the reason you're seeing two of these red boxes right now is because we are going to start to see one tornado warning expire, followed by the one that's going to include Dixon, and this is going to be lasting until 2:30. The system has not let up. That rotation is still happening, and it's going to continue to happen. So it looks like it's going to be in Tennessee City by 2:03, 2:12 into Dixon, 2:20 into Charlotte, 2:26 into White Bluff, 2:35 into Kingston Springs. If you just heard your city name, if you heard a neighboring city, go ahead and get into your safe place. You want to make sure that you're in a room that doesn't have any windows, an interior room, that your pets have on their leashes, that you have your helmets ready, even have a flashlight. And again, I hope you have your phone charged. If not, and you are east of this system, go ahead and make sure that your phone's plugged up because these systems are going to continue to pop throughout the rest of our afternoon. So as of now, we're still watching this one tornado warning. Is about to expire at 2 o'clock, and then we're going to see this new one going into effect lasting from 2 until 2:30. As we said, it is not far from Dixon. Right now, it's 1:55, and our storm tracker was showing that it's going to be in Dixon by 2:12. And again, those reports of that thunder is still happening, and our hail is still pretty aggressive. Now, it doesn't look like we're seeing a spike like we were earlier. Those blues are really when we're seeing that debris getting picked up, but there is still some hail that's associated with this system. We even saw some reports from Waverly where there was some pea-sized hail, but this system is continuing to have plenty of lightning as well. Just like Danielle said, what that means for us is that this system has plenty of energy, and as our afternoon progresses, we'll see more storms popping up across the majority of the mid-state and even into southern Kentucky because we had that break in the storms, letting in plenty of sunshine, letting in that energy this morning, and now we're going to continue to see these systems popping up very quickly. So make sure to stay tuned in, and these systems are not letting up. Again, this is a long-tracked one, and it's going to continue to move closer and closer to Dixon. Be in your safe place. Danielle?
All right, and I wanted to let you know this, that they're saying the rotation was just like a minute or two ago, Shelby, was near Bold Springs Road and Hurricane Creek Road. I do want to give the bigger picture here because, you know, we're hitting hard Humphreys and about to move into Dixon County. But the bigger picture is this. We've got a whole line of storms, folks, that goes all the way down south. And I'm concerned because we've got a tornado warning here and here. Doesn't look like anything yet because it's far enough away, but Wayne County is only one more county over, so I would not be surprised if that area gets into a tornado warning shortly too, because that one is holding together very well. Again, just a quick radar tour, as you can see, and this is looking a little bit more supercellular, this cell, which is not good because you can see kind of like the back edge here, and there's a little notch right in there. Not necessarily good news. A lot of lightning around it too, showing the jump up here. We've got hail now at 1/4 of an inch in diameter. We've got dumping rains. Tennessee City, if you're south of it, take your tornado precautions. This thing is coming right at you right now. Dixon, you have not that much time. This thing is flying. There's the green, the wind going to the radar. There's the red, the wind going away from the radar. They were talking about Bold Springs Road. It just passed Bold Springs Road. So it is out of that area now. So you're okay if you're in that area. That being said, if you're east of Bold Springs Road, you're not okay because this is coming right over you at Indian Creek Road, Douglas Hollow Lane, Little Creek Road, Martin Branch Road. This is going to be going over Garner's Creek Road next, and then it will be moving into, and I'm just going to get down lower so you can see some more, Tennessee City Road, Rowan Lane, Rocky Drive, Lock Hollow Road, Billy Wynn Road, let's see, Garner's Creek Road, Pruitt Road, just a few more places, Grindstone Hollow Road, Hillcrest Road, Deerwood Court, not that far away either, as you're all under this tornado warning as we speak. So again, coming over to the southwestern side of Tennessee City, again, moving at 40 miles an hour still. So still with us, moving at 40 miles an hour. And again, if we put this into motion here, going to be in Tennessee City in just about 5 minutes or so. So Tennessee City, I need you to take your tornado precautions. It's about to really just go right over you or just to the south of you, make it past Eno. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Is at 2:10. You got about 10 minutes. It's going to be right over the Dixon Airport at 2:14. So 15 minutes until that comes right over you. Ponce's is at about 2:14 as well. And then 2:16, it's in downtown Dixon. And I know Dixon is a very heavily populated area. So folks, if you are in Dixon right now, or if you know friends in Dixon, call them now, let them know this thing is coming its way, and it is Doppler radar indicated, but we've got heavy rain, we've got hail. You're not going to see it if it is on the ground, this tornado that is, and I need everyone to take their tornado precautions. Go ahead, yep.
And while you're talking about where this system's going to go, I'll just give you a few landmarks. It looks like it's going to be staying south of Piccadilly Club, but it's getting closer to Eno Community Center, it's getting closer to Hobby House Farm, and there's quite a few cemeteries that it's going to go over, and Water Valley Primitive Baptist Church, that's another one. So if you've heard some places that you know and you're close to them, make sure that you're in your safe place, because those are a few spots that it looks like this system's getting closer and closer to.
Right, and if you said those spots, what Shelby just talked about, right, and she just talked about some of those areas, if you're near those spots and you know that and you're familiar with that, I need you to go down to a room with no windows. You need to go down to the lowest level center of the room, and you need to protect your head and neck. You can grab the helmet to do that, put the shoes on, be ready to go, have the WKRN weather app with you, and have a way to get the warnings, because we're going to continue to have warnings, I think, throughout the afternoon. The bigger picture, too, and I wanted to show you this, too, before I get back to that cell, because we've been watching that one really carefully, of course, and if you see anything else in chat, Shelby, just let me know, but I want to show you down to the south here. We're watching this one that's quickly moving into Hardin County, as you can see here, near Selmer, moving into Savannah. The reason I'm showing you this one, Wayne County, you are so close to this rotation, and if we do start to see it, which it looks like it may have weakened a bit, but if we were to see it, it is going to be in Wayne County, just to let everyone know, by about 3:06, or maybe even sooner than that. It might be in Houston about 2:15. We also have flash flooding concerns with some of these cells, and I wouldn't be surprised if we get more, and we've got the tornado watch in effect for everybody. So again, this is a day that we have to be on guard. Storms are going to be ongoing for a while throughout the day today, and we just need to be safe and be smart about what we're doing here. So again, we've got that tornado warning. It is in effect until 2:30 in the afternoon. It is now 2:01, and they're keeping with it because, as you can see, it's got that shape of a supercell right down here, and there's that little notch right in here. So I'm actually going to go look at this on Storm Tracker or Velocity product just to see if anything is happening with this and look at it different ways. And okay, there's the green and red right in this area here. So it would be right over, as I zoom down here, near Little Hurricane Creek Road, Berryman Lane. Yes, Shelby, go ahead.
Hey, Danielle, good news is that tornado warning for Hardin and McNary has been canceled.
Okay, so that rotation weakened down there. Good, good, good. That makes me happy. Okay, so that was the one that we were looking at. I said I couldn't really find the rotation. Now I just want to look at ours to see if anything's happening here. So far, not seeing anything on the debris tracker just yet. But again, looking at this, we're seeing the green, we're seeing the red, although now it's looking a little bit more spread out, but I wouldn't still, let your guard down. Tennessee City, this is coming right over you right now. Dixon, this is on the west side of Dixon already, so here we go. I'm going to get down low to some streets because this gets pretty populated here. So as we go in here, we're going to be near, it's right over right now, Tennessee City Road, Little Hurricane Creek Road, Garner's Creek Road, Humphreys County Line Road, Grindstone Hollow Road, Bruce Road, Furnace Hollow Lane, then it's going to go into Dixon, and I mean downtown Dixon is like literally on the path. It's going to be staying south, it looks like, if we look at this, staying south of 70, but between 70 and 40, you see kind of them linking up here. where the roads do. That's 70, just so you know. This is a rotation, so just south of 70. This is I-40 right down here. So right in between is where we're going to sandwich this rotation. So this is going this way. Now, it may actually even end up crossing, if it holds together here, over 70 between Tennessee City and Dixon. So if you know anyone in those areas too, you want to tell them to, get off the road and take the tornado precautions now. But everyone in Tennessee City south needs to be doing that right now. And then everybody west of Dixon, get into your safe zone, the lowest level, center of a room with no windows, because this cell we've been watching, the greens and reds have been pretty active all day, unfortunately, and they've been holding together well. And I mean, we've been tracking this now for at least an hour as it started over in Benton County, went over Humphreys, and it's about to leave Humphreys County and move into Dixon. So again, I want to put a storm track on this rotation area real fast too, because again, still moving at 40. And as it does, this is where it will be. To Tennessee City, you've got this at 207. You've got 3 minutes to get down to the lowest level, center of a room. If you haven't done it yet, I would just do it now, because that green and red is getting really bright with that latest scan. 217 in Dixon, Pond 214, Burns 223, White Bluff 232, and then Kingston Springs. You are going to see this at 241. Okay, Shelby, you've got something you want to tell us what's going on?
Yeah, Danielle, I just want to let you know we're getting reports in the chat that there was quarter-sized hailstones in Waverly, and we're getting pictures of those as well. So there was quite a big hail core in that system, and it's still getting closer to Dixon. So there's likely going to be some hail making its way closer to the center of Dixon.
Okay, and let me know if you start to see them say anything about the rotation or anything like that, because right now it looks like the latest scan just broadened out just a touch, which is good news. That being said, we don't want to let our guard down. If you're in Tennessee City, take your tornado precautions now. Dixon, take your tornado precautions now. It's right over you. And again, as we talk about this, and I just show you this line here, I just want to make sure everyone's clear with what's going on. We've got a linear line of cells, but they're individual cells that have developed here, and we've been watching them all very carefully. So far to the north, it's been mainly a flooding event. I haven't really examined those cells just yet, but I will tell you to the south, I'm concerned because there's individual ones here, here, here. And so as they develop on their own, we've got warm air, we've got moist air, and we've got spin and lift in the atmosphere, all as a recipe to get tornadoes going. And obviously strong gusty winds, flooding is a concern, hail is a concern. As Shelby mentioned, we're getting those quarter-size hail reports. That's not necessarily good. That shows a strengthening thunderstorm. And of course, when you start to see hail jump up like that, you see lightning jump up like that, that is where the concern is, again, for the potential tornado. So again, tornado warning for Dixon and Humphreys County until 2:30. We're staying with you to keep you safe. Shelby Mack, what's going on?
Danielle, I know you said you wanted any information on the rotation, and that rotation is entering Dixon County, but in the chat, we have been informed that it is broadened and weakened over the last few scans, as you just said.
Okay, that's great to know. Okay, we were talking about that. I appreciate you telling me that. I was watching that, and I just want to make sure we're keeping with it. That being said, as it crosses into Dixon County, I don't want you to let your guard down yet, folks. Until this tornado warning goes down, we're going to stay with you. I want you to stay safe. I want you to do the right thing going down to the lowest level center of the room. I mean, right now, again, it's between, it's just south of 70. What I would say is it's kind of right over CCC Road, which I don't even know what that really stands for. Garner's Creek Road. It's right over you. Lock Hollow Road, Eno Road. Let's see. Down here, there's Billy Wynn Road. There's Taylor Road. There's Redden Hollow Road, Lock Hollow Road, Nelson Road. Then it's going to go over Baker Cemetery Road. You were talking about the cemetery, Shelby. Yep, there's some of those. Springer Wark Road. It's going to be near Furnace Hollow Road. And then Wildcat Road, Laurel Hills Drive, Harold Cemetery Road, and then Dixon. I mean, you're right there, like Beasley Drive, High Street, right to downtown Dixon, where 70 hits 47. That would be coming right over towards your area. Again, the green and red broadening a bit, but again, I'll circle this so you can see this here. It's right here, just to the south of Tennessee City. Now, I do want to broaden out just a touch because if this cell continues to hang on and, or tightens back up, because we did have it, loosen up and then it tightened back up. But if it does do that, I mean, if it continues on this path, it's going to go just north of Nashville, I believe. Yep, it looks that way. So if we take it out in motion, it's going north and east at about 40 miles an hour. So Dixon's seeing this in just under 10 minutes. So hopefully, folks in Dixon, you've taken your tornado precautions. Do it now. If you know friends or family there, do it now until we lose the tornado warning. I need you to go down to the lowest level, center of a room with no no windows. We've got, again, Pond seeing this at 211. Burns, you're at 220 for this. White Bluff, you're going to be about 228. And then 238, you're going to be in Kingston Springs. Okay, so that's getting into Cheatham County, getting closer to that area. Then we're going to see this in Whites Creek about 304 and 315. It could be in Goodlettsville. So again, folks, this is going to go right along as it goes from Dixon County to Cheatham County, right into northern Davidson County if it continues on this path. So again, this is the tornado warning. We're sticking with it until 2:30. It's for Dixon County now. It's literally the motion. It is broadening for sure, but it is literally over Tennessee City. And it's literally just came over, it looks like, the county line into Dixon County as we speak. So this is going to be going south of 70, but it's going to hit where 70 and 40 come together here. So right in this area here, that's where, or excuse me, not 40, 46 and 70. So right over downtown Dixon, this is where that rotation will be going. And Shelby, what do you got?
I was just going to say a few more landmarks that it's getting closer to. Compassion Church of Dixon. You need to make sure that if you're hearing any place that you know of, you're in your safe place, because that's exactly where the storm's headed towards. So Compassion Church of Dixon, Christie's Tire, Brian's Extreme Trucks and Liners, and this system is going to continue to get closer to the city of Dixon. So just on the edge of Dixon, we're seeing even Brannon's Mobile Home Estates, Tice's Spring Market. Those are just a few new places. Lakeview Park. Now again, those are just to the east, but it is moving quickly towards these places. But again, it's really close to Christie's Tire along with Brian's Extreme Trucks and Liners. Those are two places that it's really edging towards. Danielle.
Okay, Shelby, so if it's edging toward those areas, guys, in those areas where Shelby just mentioned, I need you to take your tornado precautions going down to the lowest level of a room with no windows, preferably a bathroom, a basement. I will tell you, Shelby, the one thing also that looks good on this is the hail core just dropped off. So that could be actually good news, okay, for that. It looks like the hail has dropped off with that cell, which, unless it's just down totally, but it looks like it is dropped off. So this storm could be weakening a bit. Okay, that being said, we still got it. They're continuing the tornado warning because I saw it flash. They're continuing this tornado warning, at least for Dixon County, until 2:30, unless it comes down earlier. And please, Shelby, if it does, let me know that too. I want to show you Storm Tracker Radar Network and the big picture here for folks that are just tuning into us. We've got areas east that haven't seen anything yet. Your chance is coming. Everybody is under a tornado watch until 7 p.m. this evening. So this entire line and with these individual cells will be heading your way. And because you are warm and you have moist air and you have spin and you have instability, there is going to be the chance for more potential tornado warnings as we go throughout this afternoon and evening. So make sure you have a safety plan ready to go. In particular, though, when we get a tornado warning, that means it's time to take your tornado precautions. And in Dixon County right now, I need you to do that. We've had hail up to a quarter-size inch in diameter. It is Doppler radar indicated, but it's about to move into the west side of Dixon. Shelby, yes, what do you got?
And Danielle, just as you said, that rotation has really weakened, and that's exactly what we're hearing in the chat. But they're going to continue to keep this tornado warning active just because, just as we saw over Waverly, it did get its strength back, and that's likely to happen again. So we're going to make sure to stay with this until 2:30, but the rotation has weakened, as you said.
Okay, good to know, good to know. But I need Dixon, even though the rotation has weakened. We talked about this in Waverly. It strengthened right back up. I need you, if you're on the west side of Dixon and into Dixon proper right now, I need you to take your tornado precautions. You don't have time. This is right on top of you. Look at all the lightning there. This is going to be, it's actually kind of crossing right over now 70. So 70, you're actually getting involved. And 70 and 46 and 48, where it all merges around Dixon, that's where this rotation will be coming. And I did circle it, but it moved already. It's moving fast. Remember, it's moving to the north and east at about 40 miles an hour. So this thing moves quick and it jumps fast. So we continue to track it for you. Again, the red and the green is what we're looking at. And it's on the west side of Dixon. It has passed by Tennessee City now. I mean, it's on the east side of Tennessee City, but it's right by, if I'm looking at this correctly, Pond Switch Road, Wildcat Road, Furnace Hollow Road, Beasley Drive, Old Pond Lane, Laurel Hills Drive, Highway 48 South, going to go into downtown Dixon. I mean, probably the west side of Dixon, the west-north side of Dixon, should I say. But anyone in Dixon right now, I would tell you to take your tornado precautions near Union Cemetery, also near, say, Dykeman Road, Greenbrier Street, Old Pond Lane, Country Club Drive, so going by the Country Club, Weaver Drive, Centennial Drive, Bruce Drive, Pond Road. Yes, Shelby, go ahead.
And I was just going to say a few landmarks as the system continues to move into the western portions of Dixon. West Dixon Church of Christ, you're just in the way of the system. So is Blooming Acres Farm, Brandon's Mobile Home Estates, as we just talked about, Donna's, Lakeview Park, and just a few other places, including Dixon County Health Department. Now, again, these are on the west side of town, but this system is getting closer and closer to Dixon and the city.
Right, and then we're going to be watching this because, again, there's that green and red like we talked about. And, again, this tornado warning is still in effect until 2:30 unless they drop it earlier. But it's, again, going to the north and east at about 40 miles an hour. So as I put this into motion, just to let you know, I mean, Dixon, it's pretty much on top of you. It's 212. This is indicating 214. It's going to be in downtown Dixon. So if you are in Dixon right now, I need you to go down to the lowest level, center of a room with no windows. It's a tornado warning. You need to take your tornado precautions. Again, the thing is with this cell, it can quickly tighten right back up. It's going to be rain wrap. We've got heavy rain coming down with this. We've got hail with this. And yes, it is moving fast to the north and east at 40 miles an hour. Burns, you will see this at about 2:20, just under 8 minutes or so before it comes over your area. 2:21, it's in Charlotte, less than 10 minutes until it comes to you. White Bluff would see this at 2:29. You see this in Kingston Springs at 2:37. And then you would see it at Scottsboro 2:54 if it holds together. And again, this is going to be moving from Dixon County, right from Dixon County into Cheatham County, and then into even Davidson County if it happens. Now, again, I'm looking at the greens and reds. It looks like it might be trying to get its act back together, but a little bit. Not crazily, but we're going to be watching, of course. I'm not seeing much. I'm looking at the debris tracker just to see if anything's happening here. I'm not seeing a whole lot, which is good news, but I just want to look at all the radar products just to see. Again, it looks like it's going the north side of the Dixon area. I'm just going to look at the radar too real quick. Yep, it would be on the north side of Dixon right here. So again, if you're looking for the rotation, it's kind of right in this notching area here. Okay, so again, Dixon, take your tornado precautions now. Charlotte's going to get real noisy for you now. It's going over 70, 48, 46, where it all merges together, folks. Please, please, please take your tornado precautions. And you know where else it's going to go right near? White Bluff as well. So folks, in this area here, I need you to go down to the lowest level, center of a room with no windows, preferably a bathroom or a basement, as we can watch it carefully. Now, giving you perspective here as we were talking about the tornado warnings down to the south, I just want to show you this too. There's a new tornado warning that just got issued right, that butts up to Hardin County, and that would be going into Wayne County next. So again, Wayne County, you got to be on guard. This cell's coming from basically Mississippi right into Hardin County, then we'll be coming into southwestern Wayne County. So folks, this afternoon I think it's going to be pretty active. I need you to stay alert, especially if you live along I-40 and to the south in particular here, and especially right now for Dixon County. Shelby, what do you got?
Danielle, I just wanted to let you know that in the chat they have decided that they are going to cancel that warning early. They haven't done it yet, though. So we still need to stay on our guard, but it's most likely going to expire before 2:30.
Okay, good to know. Okay, so again, what they're saying is the radar has indicated that the rotation is weakening, and it looks like it is kind of falling apart on this last one because we're looking for the reds and greens, and they're kind of not really butting up as much around the Dixon area. It looks like right as it went into Dixon, it may have loosened up pretty much right over this area here. That being said, for my friends in Dixon, it's still noisy over you. You've got lightning, you've got hail, you've got heavy downpours, and yes, you know, this has the ability to wrap right back up. It looks like they just dropped the tornado warning, did they? Okay, they just dropped the tornado warning, and right now we have no tornado warnings in our area. So I just want to let you guys know this. So as we look, I just want to give the big picture one more time, and then I believe we're going to send you back to programming. But I want to show you exactly what we're doing, what we're dealing with for the rest of this afternoon. Of course, Shelby Mack and I am going to be with you for the rest of the afternoon. If tornado warnings happen, we're going to come back on. This is the big picture right now. No tornado warnings active in our area. We still have very noisy storms over in Dixon County, and we got a tornado warning just over the county border in Hardin County, but Wayne County, be on guard. You could be up next. Again, we're going to continue to monitor this weather situation. We are going to send you, I believe, back to programming, and we'll be with you. Join us for a Facebook Live.